Now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Fires to the right. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Saturday in October. A simple name and a complex rivalry. For one side, the Big Orange is just not a color they can sit with, and the other side, Crimson, has them seeing red. Easy to assume everyone here has a lighter in hand, and now we get to see who will use it. Welcome everyone to the shores of the Tennessee River, Neyland Stadium, home of the Volunteers. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 22nd ranked team in the land, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Kickoff to get this game underway. On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Crosses the 35. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. The Big Orange churning out those first downs on the ground, sort of like Arian Foster used to do.
Yeah, you couldn't write the script any better. Just pound the ball, establish the run game, opens up the play action, exactly how you want to run your offense.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Here's the handoff. Got the first down and still on his feet. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. gets it out quickly. Turning it on. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
The run from the shotgun. Thrust that arm out. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage.
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
What a start by this defense. That is exactly what you need, man. They've been a little bit hit or miss. They've been a little bit up and down. But to start the game on a high note, get the good mojo going, great start for this defense.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. The give to the back. There he goes to the right. The 50. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
On the move from inside his 5. Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
There he goes. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Sends it downfield. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Fires to the right. He's got it. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to throw on first down. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
This defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
2nd and 10, he'll throw again. Fakes the grab. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
They'll try to get the first through the air. Got a man. Breaks into the open. Big pickup before he goes out of bounds, but there is a flag. We'll have to see if it stands. So the big gain, all for naught, brought back due to the laundry on the field, and they'll try it again. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Catch in the middle, it's Rooks. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. The give on the inside. And here's the tackle at the line of scrimmage, and that'll send us to the 2nd quarter. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the 2nd. They are controlling the ball. 9th play of the drive. They'll go right back to it. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
And if I'm the running back, I'm going to be like, listen, O-line, can you give me something? Can you give me some space to try to make somebody miss and not have another guy right next to me? I'm giving the offensive line an earful. I need some holes, need some space up front. They got to do a better job.
Quarterback making checks. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big, long, explosive run. You think, Jesse, maybe give it to him again? Or do you say, hey, keep that thing out there?
I think you keep it on the ground, David. Honestly, I was watching the offensive line. They were fired up after that long touchdown run. You know they just want to go back out there again and get some push.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Zings it complete to the right. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving it forward just a few. Guys, let's chat about Alabama. At this point in the season, they're probably in if the playoff starts today, but it doesn't. Long way to go, and the margins will be extra thin from here on out.
No, because if the season ended today, you're basically right on the cusp outside of the top 5, so you need to keep winning. You need to keep the intensity up, playing with a sense of urgency. For the second half of the season, David, I think that's a massive key for this team.
Man, it's so hard with young kids, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, to get them to continue to focus on the game in and game out. Not the rankings, not down the road. That'll be the challenge down the stretch.
The noise reverberating off the checkerboards in Neyland on 3rd down. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Off and running. Past the 20. Touchdown, Bama! Once he got some room, it was over.
There's usually 2 different thought processes when I'm backed up towards my own goal line. Run it, create more space, or take a big shot and try to make a big play. And did this offense ever make a big play? 90-plus yard touchdown. That is how you do it.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. Wake Forest is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to UNLV. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. So here is the Tennessee offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Working the middle. Right down the boulevard. Touchdown, Tennessee. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, Dave, and he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes that Alabama offense. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. He's past the 30. There he goes to the right. The 40. The 30. The 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown tie.
And this dude has been a problem today. Almost 200 yards rushing, rips off another long run. He has been impossible to stop. They've featured him, and Palmer, I would continue to feature him.
Yeah, I would too, David. I think he's the definition of a running back that gets better as the game goes on. The more and more you give him the football, he just seems to get stronger. He seems to get faster. People do not want to tackle this guy for 60 minutes. He is putting on a show.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Going right to work up top. Quickly complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Despite all the bitterness in the Alabama-Auburn rivalry, to many, this game, Alabama-Tennessee, has the richest tradition and carries the most importance.
And you think of some of the legends that have trolled the sidelines in this rivalry, right? Paul Bear Bryant, Johnny Majors, Nick Saban. This has been such a critical game, not just in the SEC, but all across college football as well, Dave.
Yeah, in 1901, going back that far, this rivalry, the fans absolutely don't like each other. They don't like anything about each other. Every time the other team's playing, they're cheering against them. This game has always meant a lot.
Quick strike complete. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that first down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
Might as well give it to him again. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Wants to go up top. Caught close to the marker. It's Rooks. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Might be calling a hot route. Looking to throw on first down. Pressure coming. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
And a really great job by the defense adjusting now, because on this drive, this quarterback has found his guy a few times, and now the defense is saying, we are double covering him. You might throw it somewhere else, but that guy is not going to make the catch.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Snagged in the middle. It's Rooks. They bring him down, but not before he gets a first down at the 35. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. To the air on first down. Fires to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. On target. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. The Vols will have it 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. He's got him. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
I'll tell you something. In college football, you're lucky if you get 2 interceptions in a season. This guy now has 2 interceptions. In the first half of this game, he's been reading the quarterback's eyes, and he has been everywhere, an absolute ball hawk.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker room. They'll run play action. Moves around to clear up the vision. Blasted as he lets it go. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Vols will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. The ball will be placed at the 40 after that kick out of bounds. D showing blitz. They might be bluffing. Looking to throw on first down. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
I got to be honest, I thought this tight end was going to have a much bigger role in this game. They wanted to get him the football early and often, but after that drop here in the second half, he still doesn't have a catch.
Off play action. This one's complete. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain.
When you play zone and you drop back, you're dropping back to a spot. And that means there's going to be holes, and the quarterback has to do a good job of reading it, seeing it, throwing it between those holes. He does a really nice job there. Makes the defense pay for playing zone cover.
It's picked off, and that's number 10.
Man, this is how we do it. defensively, you go into halftime, you make adjustments. You talk about, we've seen them do this, we've seen them do that. Let's get ready for it. Let's have a plan. Plan executed. You could tell they knew it was coming, did a great job defensively, forced an interception right out the gates to start the second half.
He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. The offense changing the play. Motion from the wide receiver. Someone moved a little early, and the offense will go backward. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Looking to fire. Just about had another one picked off. They've already thrown 3 in this game. They're lucky it wasn't 4 there.
And almost another interception for this defense. They've been picking him off like crazy. They've shut down this passing attack, creating so many big plays. This defense is dialed in, locked in, and really creating havoc for this offense.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Using the quick game. He gets it out to the 28-yard line, not enough to pick up the first down. On 4th and 9, the offense will stay on the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch, converts on 4th down, he's still on his feet. Hits the accelerator to the right. Touchdown, Volunteer! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway.
And I'm pretty sure the card usually tells you to punt in this situation, backed up on your own end, but forget that. We're going to be aggressive. And how about the deep shot down the field on 4th down? You make the play and get the huge explosive touchdown for this offense. Risk it for the biscuit, baby.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Lets it fly. Intercepted for the 11th time. Looking for more room. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Well, the good news is after that second pick of the 3rd quarter now for this guy, they're still winning the game, but they are living dangerously right now. And they can't expect to hold on to that. This guy keeps making bad decisions like we've seen here now in the first period of the second half.
And it's got to be frustrating because you always talk about taking care of the football, and
He hurls one deep down the left side. Picked off, that's number 15 on the year. Got room on the return. Past the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Alabama! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And that's a great job by the defender there, back in his own end. He knew he had to make a play. He jumped the route, caught it, and he takes it all the way back. Forget flipping the field. How about scoring a touchdown?
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Wake Forest is getting blitzed right now at home in front of that loyal fan base. Loyal, but my goodness, that's being tested today. They're trailing by 21 to UNLV. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Going with the ground game left. punched his way through traffic. Pickup of 4 to the 19. And the Volunteers racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a...
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Makes a grab down the middle. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground with the 41. Another big play on the outside, and that's the thing that historically has gotten Rocky Top rolling.
Yeah, so much fun to watch playmakers outside that they can run by you and go make big plays. Opens up the whole field, the whole offense, and this Orange fan base goes absolutely bananas.
The offense lining up for a first down play.
29 Philly, 2-9 Philly, unlock.
They'll go to the ground. Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. On second down, will they go back to the ground game? Off the play fake. Got his man quickly. Oh, what a caught! Oh, and after the big gain, the ball's loose.
Well, they got a really nice drive going on offense. They're on their opponent's side of the field, but you're not going to come away with any points if you turn it over. They've got to do a better job of ball security. Very, very lucky that ball went out of bounds.
He might want another play. From the red zone, looking for a man. Going for 6. Touchdown ball! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby!
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Snap to the back. Fights off a defender.
Well, this running back has been the only guy who's touched the ball these first 2 plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on third down.
Turning it on. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that Wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays. When your best is demanded on a big stage like this against a rival, he has delivered, cracking the 150-yard mark.
No doubt about it. What do we say? Big-time players make big plays in big games. The games don't get bigger than this for this team right here, and this guy, David, has shown up today.
And it's so nice as a coach to have that dude that you know you can count on. He'll put up big numbers, and he's been carrying this offense.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. Used the play fake, now to throw. Rushes on him. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
Defense is all about creating negative plays. And he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off and gets a positive game.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. The give to the tailback. And they make the tackle, not before he gets the first down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the third. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play. So now it's second and long. Defense showing blitz here. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Pass rush, coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Haven't seen a lot of that in this game so far. This offense has been clicking on all cylinders, lighting up the scoreboard, high level of execution. They were looking good on this drive until that play right there. And finally, the defense is able to make something positive happen from themselves on a critical third down.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Grabbed over the middle. It's Leon. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be fourth down.
And I like what this offense did, man. They stayed aggressive. They were trying to get the first down through the air. But here's the good thing now. You punt the football away. You trust your defense. You got the lead late in this football game. One more stop, and there's a good chance you get the W.
Dead center perfect. And that lead grows even bigger.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the fourth quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a two-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Wants to go up top. It's complete to the left. There he goes. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. The Volunteers want to move quickly. They'll try to pound their way in. Touchdown, Tennessee! And the comeback is on. The AT unit on the field. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Here comes that Alabama offense. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
One play in this drive and already out to the 41. It's first down.
I'll be honest, man, if I had the weapons these guys had offensively, I'd be staying aggressive too. It's what got them to this point. It's why they have the lead here in the fourth quarter. Take some shots when those opportunities present themselves.
A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play on it.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Fires to the big fella.
Coming into this one, I thought this guy was going to be a monster. He was going to put up huge numbers. We know this is a big part of the offense week in, week out. The defense has done a great job clamping down on him. That is only his 2nd catch so far in this game.
2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. Neyland Stadium alive, a cauldron of orange noise on 3rd down. They'll power it inside with the fullbacks. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down.
Well, they're trying to hand it off to the fullback for a quick hitter, but just nowhere to go. The defensive line, great job getting penetration to set up that play.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Going for the marker on the ground. Breaks into the open. He's at the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or 2, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. See if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Might be changing the route. Wants to go up top on 1st down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown Volunteers! And here they come almost all the way back.
Well, the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Georgia State escaped with the victory, and I say escaped. Look, in college football, teams will take any win, but I think the Panthers fans there today could have done without this one being so close. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Now we've got a little game pressure, and we'll see how the offense responds in a 3-point game, Jesse.
I can't wait to see this quarterback and how he's going to be able to handle that pressure, David. How will he respond in this situation?
And just knowing, listen, I'm only up by 3 now. If I can make this a 2-score game, I can almost put this away in the 4th quarter.
The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again.
Well, it took everything on defense to just get that guy down on the 1-yard line. He is a monster, Dave.
And if this offense, Jesse, is going to keep doing that, you better bring in reinforcements on that defensive line. Get some big boys, because they're about to punch this thing in the end zone.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. That will be the final play as the clock strikes 0.